ohmathgad.
Oh, math god guys, welcome to today's video in which we're going to be learning how to make a scatter plot trend line, how to draw it, and how to predict some values of that scatter plot later on. Okay, so let's begin. So guys, the first thing is that when you draw a scatter plot, you are going to maybe see some types of tendencies, right? Maybe we have a negative association if the line decreases, or we have a positive association if it increases. The important thing is that whenever we are given a problem, like the one we're going to be seeing today, we can actually draw a trend line that actually tries to follow the path or the curves of the whole scatter plot graph, right? And that is what we're going to be using today, right? So in this case, they're telling us, given the scatter plot, answer the following questions. What is the equation of the trend line? What is the y-intercept? What will be the value of x when y is equal to 60? And what will be the value of y when x is equal to minus 50? Right? So the first two questions are actually talking about the trend line, right? Which we can draw a straight line that tries to touch or be very close to most of the points that follow the trend, right? And then questions C and D are going to be more actually of a prediction question, right? So it's using the previous data of the trend line, of the scatter plot, in order to predict the values, right? So the first thing we can see is that we can actually draw a scatter plot trend line. And once we do that, we can actually try to make and find the equation of that trend line. So in order to do that, we can actually select 2 points that trend line touches. So we can see that the trend line touches points 10, comma 30, right? That is going to be our point. And then we can also choose another point to be something like, for example, 13, right? And we see that when the value is of 13, then we're going to have a value of around 22.5 because it's in the middle between 20 and 25, so 22.5, right? So we can call this point 13 and 22.5, right? And then whenever we have those 2 points, you can choose any other points from your trend line. Whenever we have those points, we can actually find the slope. So the m is going to be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, right? So we have 22.5, right, which is y2, minus 30, which is y1, divided by 13, which is x2, minus 10, which is going to be our value for x1. So 22.5 minus 30 is going to be a value of minus 7.5, right? And then 13 minus 10 is going to be a value of 3. And then whenever we divide 7.5 divided by 3, we're going to see that that gives us a value of around minus 2.5, right? And that is going to be the value of the slope of our trend line that we will be using later on. But first, we also have to find the y-intercept, right? In order to do that, you have to remember that y is equal to mx plus b. Now, in this case, we know that m is minus 2.5. We do not know the y-intercept, but we do know that we have 2 points. So we have points 30 and 10, or points 22.5 and 13. And we can use those points in this equation. So the value of y, we can choose 30. And the value of m is minus 2.5. And then the value of x is the value for x for y equal to 30, so 10, plus b. You can either use that one or use 22.5 and 13, right? So then 30 is going to be equal to minus 25 plus b. And then 30 plus 25, which is 55, is going to be our value for our y-intercept, right? So that means that the equation is y equals the slope, which is minus 2.5x, plus 55. Okay, now we have gotten out of the first two questions. We have found the equation of the trend line, right? And we have also found the value of the y-intercept. Now, what we're going to do for question C is they're asking us what is going to be the value of x when the value of y is equal to 60. So what we can do in this case, right, is we know that the value of x we do not know, but the value of y is going to be equal to 60. So the only thing we have to do is substitute in this equation. So y is going to be equal to 60, and that is minus 2.5 times x, which we are going to look for, and then plus 55. And then we just solve for x. So we isolate x. So 60 minus 55 is equal to minus 2.5 times x. So 5 divided by minus 2.5 is equal to x. So x is going to be a value of minus 2. Okay, so when the value of x is minus 2, our value of y is equal to 60, right? Now let's try doing the last one, which tells us what will be the value of y, we do not know, for the value of x is equal to minus 50, okay? So in this case, we have our equation, y is equal to minus 2.5 times our value of x, which in this case is minus 50, plus 55, okay? So 2.5 multiplied by 50 is going to be 125, plus 55 is going to be 180. So whenever our values of x is minus 50, our value of y is going to be around 180. And again, guys, remember, if you draw the trend line, you can use any points from your trend line to make the equation, right? Just make sure that you are taking those points properly and you draw that trend line carefully. And that is pretty much it for today, guys. So see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Check out these other videos to improve your math skills, and make sure you click that subscribe button to make the community grow. Follow ohmathgad in its social media accounts, drop a like, a comment below, and see you on the next one. Bye!